Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at a pretty wild, completely modern phenomenon that basically proves we're all running ancient software inside a modern financial system. We're going to explore why our brains make completely irrational decisions with money, and specifically, why we willingly allow these silent wealth killers to just empty our bank accounts month after month.
Quick question. How many subscriptions do you currently pay for? If you don't know the answer, congratulations. Your brain is doing exactly what modern corporate strategy designed it to do. You see, there's literally an entire industry that profits from keeping you just slightly broke and completely oblivious.
To really get how this works, let's look at our first subject. Meet Eric. Eric is, well, he's the absolute king of status spending. His famous last words, it's only $1,200 a month. He actually says this about his luxury car lease, his premium fitness app that he literally never opens, and his artisanal dog food delivery. He entirely ignores the massive recurring drain on his finances, mostly because each individual charge feels like a little badge of honor to him. Now, let's check out our next character. This is Dave. Dave is a totally different breed. His absolute favorite motto is, "Bro, it's different this time." Dave is constantly so distracted by the latest crypto FOMO and chasing the next big financial pump that he doesn't even notice his bank account quietly bleeding out from like 7 different streaming services and a premium chart reading tool he honestly hasn't logged into since 2021.
So, why do Eric and Dave behave this way? Well, it's because there's a literal voice in their heads placed there by billion-dollar companies. We like to call it the marketing gremlin. And here's exactly what that little voice whispers. You deserve it. The gremlin is basically the pure embodiment of corporate marketing, just sitting right on your shoulder, rationalizing adding just one more monthly charge. After all, you work hard, right? You deserve it.
Which brings us to our newest villain, the subscription goblin. This guy's entire pitch is super simple. It's only a few dollars. These microcharges, they act exactly like tiny vampires. They don't take enough blood all at once to destroy you. No way. But they quietly and continuously drain your wealth month after month, year after year.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this is where the behavioral psychology really gets fascinating. Why do we let the subscription goblin win so easily? Honestly, because your brain is fundamentally lazy. We suffer heavily from what's called cognitive inertia and status quo bias. That basically means our default setting is simply doing nothing. Then you throw decision fatigue and choice overload into the mix. I mean, after making hundreds of choices a day at work and at home, the idea of navigating a corporate cancellation labyrinth that's purposefully designed to break your brain, it's just too exhausting. So what do? Nothing.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the epic battle between your current self and future you. We use this psychological trick called mental accounting to basically classify that $99.99 charge as just coffee money in our heads. Combine that with present bias, which is where we strongly prefer comfort right now over rewards later, and we totally screw over future you with a massive annual wealth drain. We literally trick ourselves into staying broke by just categorizing the expense as harmless. And that brings us to another huge psychological trap that keeps us hooked, the sunk cost fallacy. This right here is exactly why our buddy, Eric, keeps his premium $150 a month gym membership even though he hasn't stepped foot in the place since January. He already bought the expensive workout shoes, right? And the custom weight belt. To cancel the membership now would basically mean admitting to himself that he wasted that initial money. So, ironically enough, he keeps wasting more money every single month just to justify the first waste. It's wild.
Let's take a quick comedy reset here, just to fully appreciate how ridiculous this whole system has become. Imagine a brand new service hitting the market, the subscription Infinity Pass. It provides absolutely no content, no physical products, literally no benefits whatsoever. It just charges you $14.99 a month to simply exist on planet Earth. Their entire corporate strategy, literally just hoping you forget about it. And honestly, if you look at your credit card statement right now, it's really not that far off from half the apps currently living on your phone.
And if you finally do remember you have the subscription Infinity Pass and decide to cancel, well, here is their highly optimized process. Step 1, click subscribe instantly with Face ID. Super easy. Step 2, to cancel, wait on hold for 6 hours while listening to staticky smooth jazz. Step 3, fax a handwritten letter to their headquarters on Mars. Okay, yeah, we're mocking it, but this absurd corporate strategy is real. They deliberately make giving them your money a frictionless, one-click breeze, but leaving their ecosystem, that's engineered to be an absolute psychological nightmare.
So the crucial point is this twist, loss aversion. The psychological pain of losing something is twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining. And this is the ultimate reason why subscriptions are so impossibly hard to cancel. When you finally go to cancel that streaming service you never watch, it doesn't actually feel like saving 15 bucks. It psychologically feels like you are losing a potential future benefit. You think, but wait, what if they add a show I want to watch next month? You feel the pain of that loss. And therefore, you stay subscribed. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. Real wealth is what you stop paying for. This is the absolute core lesson of our explainer today. We spend so much time and energy trying to figure out how to make more money, right? But true financial freedom doesn't always start with a higher salary. It starts with killing the autopay on those unused services. It's all about stopping those tiny vampires from silently draining your resources. Let's move to and see how this builds, because it's not just about stopping the financial bleeding. It's about redirecting that cash flow. Look at the stark difference here. On the one hand, we have feeding those tiny vampires, our subscription goblins. On the other hand, we have planting trees, which is basically our metaphor for investing. Every single dollar you stop feeding to a useless subscription is literally a seed you can plant for future you. Let's look at the actual math of human laziness here. A seemingly harmless $9.99 a month from a subscription goblin, it isn't just 10 bucks. It actually steals nearly $120 a year from you. That is $119.88 of cold, hard cash that could have been compounding in an investment account. To put that into perspective, over 10 years, factoring in compound interest, that little coffee money subscription is secretly costing you thousands. Your brain has been systematically manipulated by these corporations for years, but now you know their playbook. Once you see the strings, you can stop acting like the puppet. So, I challenge you. Go check your bank statements right now and slay a few goblins. Congratulations, you've just become slightly harder to scam. But hey, what happens when you finally free up that cash? Why do our brains suddenly panic at the thought of actually growing it? Well, we'll uncover that in our next explainer, where we explore exactly why humans hate investing. Catch you next time.